Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to share with you a pizza that's been requested for so long. Now, you know, a while back I made my buffalo chicken pizza, but since then I've had a lot of requests for a barbecue chicken pizza, and I wanted to share with you my recipe for it because even though it's simple, there's a few things that I really feel like it makes this really special and really phenomenal. So I'm thrilled to be able to share it with you. Now let's go over the ingredients so we can get started. You'll need some pickled jalapeno slices. I've got some red onion that I've just sliced into thin little pieces. I also got some cooked chicken. This has happened to be some grilled chicken breasts that I grilled last night and I have some leftover, but any leftover grilled chicken or chicken will do. You'll need some shredded mozzarella, some shredded smoked mozzarella, some good quality barbecue sauce, which you can buy at your regular grocery store. You can make your own. And my barbecue sauce, I have a recipe on my website, along with the pizza dough. You can buy pizza dough at your local grocery store, or even in your local pizza shop. They'll be able to sell you pizza dough, but I have a recipe on my website for it if you want to make it homemade, because it is phenomenal. Now the first thing you want to do is get your oven preheated to 450. If you have a pizza stone, which I do, I always make my pizza on pizza stones. You want to make sure that your pizza stone has been preheating for about half hour along with the oven. You want to get nice and hot. I'm going to make mine using a pizza peel. If you don't have a pizza peel or you don't have a pizza stone, you can just take a large baking sheet or like a cookie sheet, flip it upside down, pop it into the oven to get it nice and hot, and then just use another baking sheet, flip that upside down so you have a nice smooth surface, and you can use that instead of the pizza stone. Hope that has helped. Okay, some of the things that make this recipe so incredibly good for me is the pickled jalapenos and raw onions are a must, because the spicy pickle of the jalapeno going with the sweet barbecue sauce is just an amazing combination. And I like to use a mixture of smoked mozzarella and regular mozzarella because the smokiness just really goes. Smokiness and barbecue sauce are like a match made in heaven. I'm going to take my cooked chicken that I just cut into little bite-sized pieces, and this is just a couple of chicken breasts that I had left over in the fridge from dinner last night. We had some really nice weather yesterday, so what I did was I lit up the grill and I cooked up a bunch of different stuff, and I had purposely cooked some extra chicken breasts that I can use in this recipe today. I'm just combining the barbecue sauce and the chicken together, and now that that's done, I'm going to completely set this aside, and then I'm just going to take my mixture of the smoked mozzarella and the regular mozzarella. I'm going to combine the two together just to make life a little easier. Just get everything ready. I just floured my work surface, and I also lightly floured my pizza peel. You want to make sure that that's nice and floured. And now I'm just going to roll this out to like a 12-inch circle. Now, if you don't want to do this with your hands, or you don't know how to do this with your hands, by all means, just take a rolling pin and roll it out. But I've shown you guys this many times. The easiest way to do this is to first form like a border, and you just take your two fingers, your index finger and your middle finger, and you can pop any air bubbles. It's totally fine. You can even go with a knife, and you just use your opposite hand to help keep everything, I guess, in place, if that makes any sense. And once you've created your border, this is going to be, your crust. And then you go in with your fingers and you flatten things as easy as possible. And now, because you have this border, you can cup one of your hands, right, and use your other hands to stretch things out. Just like that, and you see you still have your border, and just stretch it out a bit, and then we'll be able to stretch it a bit more with with our hands in just a second. I just want to get this loosened up a bit so that when I do go ahead and stretch this with my hands, there's no tearing. And I just take, my hands, make like two fists, and then you literally you flip it and pull. Flip it and pull, and you want to make sure that you have a border already formed, but you want to make sure that the pizza, it's all one, like it's all the same thickness. So I'm just going to keep doing that until I have it to about 12-inch circle, and we'll be able to move on. That looks good. Beautiful. And again, you can definitely use a rolling pin if you don't want to do this by hand. I'm going to go right in with my hands because this is just the easiest way to do this, and you have to work quickly because the last thing you want is for the bottom to stick to your pizza peel. So I'm just going to take my chicken, and I'm just going to spread this out all over my crust. Now that looks incredible to me. You can see there's a lot of chicken covering pretty much the whole surface. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mixture of cheeses, a lot of chicken, take my mixture of cheeses, and I'm going to cover my chicken with it. Now the reason why I prefer to do this, instead of doing the cheese first then the chicken, is because you have to remember, we are adding cooked chicken. The cheese is going to provide almost like a blanket and keep the chicken moist, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But trust me, it works wonders. So I'm just going to use up the rest of my cheese here. And you can do this as little or as much as you want, but remember that the mozzarella and the smoked mozzarella is a combination made in heaven. So please, please add that to your buffalo barbecue chicken pizza. It makes a huge difference. And then, you know, obviously it's optional to add the onions and the jalapenos, but you haven't had an outstanding barbecue chicken pizza until you've had it with pickled jalapenos and raw onions. It's amazing. And then I just put my pickled jalapenos on top, and I'm trying to work quickly so that nothing sticks to the bottom of my pizza peel. And look at that. I mean, you do not need to call your local pizza guy for a barbecue chicken pizza, because I guarantee you it's not going to be this awesome. So I've got pretty much all my toppings on. I don't want to waste this onion, so I'm just going to throw that on there. Pop this into your preheated oven at 450 for about 15 minutes or so, or until the bottom is nice and golden brown and crispy and everything is melted and ooey gooey and delicious and beautiful. So I'm going to pop this in, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's done. If that's not picture perfect, I'm really not quite sure what out there is, because this looks amazing and it smells even better. It was in the oven for 15 minutes and it is just perfection. I've let it cool for a couple of minutes, and I've shared this tip with you before. If your pizza has a lot of toppings and you go ahead and cut it with a pizza cutter, instead of just running across, because you'll be pulling all the hot ingredient, you know, all the hot toppings, you rock back and forth. If I didn't rock back and forth, then all the toppings would slide all over the place. I'm going to cut this into 8s because I just feel like I'm used to, you guys know I used to work in a pizza shop with my dad for years, so I'm used to cutting pizza into 8s. Last one. That looks incredible. I mean, look at that. I think I'm going to go for this one right here because, to be honest with you, the barbecue sauce mixed with the jalapeno is my favorite part, and that's like right there. That's gonna be the first bite. And look at that. That is beyond perfection. The mixes of the mozzarella is dead on. The jalapenos are spicy, but mixed with that sweet barbecue sauce, I don't know, it's like a match made in heaven. Perfect pizza crust. There's nothing else to say here. Go to laurainthekitchen.com to get this recipe, and please let me know down below what you want to see next for pizza recipe. I definitely want to do like some Sicilian pizzas, like some thicker pizzas, but you let me know down below, because as always, of course, I read your comments and I always get inspired by all of you. Hope you enjoy spending time with me, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.